Whether you're hitting the road or kicking back in the cab, it's time to take a load off with Big Rig Banter. Powered by alltruckjobs.com, your source for finding the trucking jobs drivers really want. Get ready to shift into gear and let the conversations roll.
Hello and welcome. The date is October 7th, and you're listening to the 61st episode of Big Rig Banter. I'm your favorite co-host, Lenay.
And I'm your other co-host, Troy Diffenderfer.
It just makes me laugh every time you say other.
Yeah,
I'm so glad you still let me lead the show.
I know. How are you, Lenay?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good. This is my favorite season and probably might be one of my favorite episodes that we do. I mean, I don't know. I still don't understand how you don't like, the Halloween season and things like that. I mean, it's pretty obvious.
I love fall.
I know, but don't you like ghosts and monsters and like scaring people and being scared and like everything that comes with Halloween, like the decorations and all that?
I did buy a Halloween decoration last year, and it was a hand towel with a witch holding a big glass, and it said, "More booze, please."
Okay, see, you're getting festive. I like that. It's a start.
Yeah, but no, I'm not a big fan of like scary stuff. I mean, I'm just like, I don't know if it's like, I don't really get caught up in like ghost stories or anything like that, but I guess I'm just scared all the time. I never liked horror movies or scary. I just never got into it.
Oh, I love it. And like, I probably mentioned it last year, my birthday's right around Halloween too. So we always do a big, costume party and get super festive. And we have a theme each year for the party. I'm not sure what the theme is yet this year, and it's usually a secret. So I'll have to let you know. But yeah, I just love, everything about Halloween, everything about, scary movies, scary books. As though some of those listeners at home know, I write scary books, so I'm all about the spookiness. And, of course, that's what our episode today is going to be about. Lenay, why don't you introduce it?
Yeah, so today we're going to talk about haunted highways, so different highways across the country that are supposedly haunted. And a lot of these different highways have some cool stories behind them. So we'll jump right in. One of the first ones is Route 66. This road is
Route 666.
666.
Yeah, the Devil's Highway.
The Devil's number, yeah. All right, so it's like it crosses through New Mexico, Colorado, and Utah. And this one was kind of funny because they actually changed its number to 491 because they believe that the highway was cursed.
That is crazy. And I feel like, Lenay, before we continue, I need to clear something up because we were talking off air about ghosts and everything. And I had made the statement that I do not believe in ghosts. And that shocked you. And I could tell it definitely, surprised you. But I think I am in the position, and I think it's a unique one, where unless I'm one of those people that needs to experience something to believe it. So I don't discount anyone's ghost story. I think that they believe they saw ghosts, and
right.
I understand that. But I'm in the position where I have yet to have a paranormal experience or anything like that. So that's why.
So what you're saying is we're going to get in a car right now and drive across the country to Route 666/491 because apparently rumors are that you can see ghosts on this highway. So maybe we should go check it out.
I would totally be down. We actually have one pretty close by, actually, in Pennsylvania. This one's called Kelly Road, and it's in Ohioville, Pennsylvania, which I'm not sure. Okay. We'd have to look it up on a map. That city doesn't ring a bell. But it's about a mile long, and apparently, this is kind of strange. Apparently, the story is that any animal who has crossed this road instantly turns like rabid and violent, which is pretty weird. And then there's been like tons of reports of, weird noises and lights coming from the woods, which, again, I'd have to see it to believe it, but
So if we go there, we have to bring Bowie with us.
No, I wouldn't want my little boy becoming rabid and, vicious. I mean, I don't think he could ever be rabid and vicious. You've met him, and he's like the nicest dog
No,
ever.
yeah.
But
So we can test that theory.
yeah, I think that would be a really cool road to at least visit. But what else do you have?
Well, so there's also one that's not too far away either in West Milford, New Jersey. This one's called Clinton Road, and it's also rumored to have a lot of paranormal activity. So it's apparently really dangerous at night because it's like pitch black, no street lights, and a lot of sharp turns. So I don't know if that one's so much like um, spooky as scary, if you know what I'm saying. But like as someone who grew up in the woods with no streetlights, I can completely relate to that because like my parents' road is like dark and windy, and yeah, it can kind of creep you out.
Speaking of where you grew up, we were talking earlier, and I'm throwing it back to you. I want you to, tell our listeners about some of the spooky roads that you've experienced. You were telling me.
Oh, because I just said that I lived near a road called Sleepy Hollow Road, and it was like steep and had a lot of winding roads. So that's actually a scary movie I have seen is Sleepy Hollow.
That's a good
Have you
one.
seen that
There,
one?
I
Yeah.
have. There's a lot of, scary movies. I mean, I wish we could turn this podcast into a scary movie podcast, but I suppose we need
Started
to,
over with.
talk about trucking and things like that. But yeah, I've definitely seen Sleepy Hollow and, many, many, many other scary movies. But let's move on to another one. There's one in Hornet, Missouri. It's called the Devil's Promenade, and so apparently there's this like spooky light. So it's this orange ball of light. People have reported it. Apparently, it ranges from the size of a baseball to a basketball, and apparently this orb just like travels back and forth along the road, and like there have been literally dozens of reports of seeing it, and not even the U.S. Army has been able to accurately explain the light. So that's very freaky. Though I think that's what fascinates me more is
Yeah,
like the orbs and the lights, and then I mean obviously you
right.
start getting into like the UFOs and the extraterrestrial things too, but um I think those are really weird. Or when you like see those picture where people will take a photo and there's like a random orb that's always in the photo or things like that. That's the stuff that I find, especially creepy and spooky like that.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I have a hard enough time like keeping up with and accepting realities, so I just try not to
That's true. Our reality, especially
even
right
go
now, is
there.
pretty terrifying.
Yeah. Well, anyway, for those of you listening out there, do you have any scary stories from the road or highways that you believe are haunted? Feel free to share them with us on social media.
Yeah, we really want to hear your ghost stories, and of course,
Troy does. Troy does.
yeah,
I might get too scared,
I
but
know. I'm
definitely
always
share them
down.
anyway. See if you
Yeah,
can get Troy to believe in ghosts.
yeah, I'm always down to talk about anything, spooky and scary. So we definitely want to hear your stories. And once again, Big Rig Banter is powered by All Truck Jobs, so make sure to check out alltruckjobs.com for all your truck driving job needs. It's a great website to use. It's super easy to use, and you might just find your next gig there.
All right, and before we wrap things up today, Troy has some news for our listeners.
Yeah, I know, as much as it pains me to say, but unfortunately, this is going to be my last episode hosting Big Rig Banter. I've got a new job opportunity. It's something I'm really excited and passionate about. So I'm going to be, changing roles and moving on to a different job. But as always, Lenay, I have no doubt that you're going to take Big Rig Banter to new heights. And, I appreciate you so much and for everything you've done. And I think you're going to do a really great job, and I'm excited to see where you take it. I'm going to miss you.
Well, thank you, Troy. I know as much as I give you a hard time, I am going to miss you so much, and I know our listeners are going to miss listening to us
That's for sure.
together. So it won't be the same, but for those of you listening, just feel free to reach out, send Troy some well wishes as he goes on this next step in his career. And if anyone's interested in hosting a podcast, I don't know. Shoot me a message. We'll see what happens.
I know. You definitely, it's going to be big shoes to fill for anyone who takes my spot, but I think you can find someone awesome.
I think so, too.
Well, once again, everyone, I'm your co-host, Troy Diffenderfer.
And I'm your favorite co-host, Lenay Rule.
And this has been Big Rig Banter.
Thanks for tuning in to another edition of Big Rig Banter. For your next job, check out alltruckjobs.com, the premier online source for finding the best driver jobs in the country. Browse hundreds of positions by freight or driver type to get back on the road with confidence. Click subscribe to keep the conversations coming. Until next time on Big Rig Banter.